Welcome back to Black Twitch League's Valorant tournament. We are here. We have arrived at the finals after hard bought winners bracket and losers bracket. We have arrived at Twitch TV official nukes and don't lose games.
Yeah, these teams faced off earlier in the tournament, actually in the first round, I believe. And official nukes did take it. So this is the revenge match for Don't Lose Game. And they played all day today. I think this is their fifth match today. Um, and they're gunning for it. They're trying to finish this off strong. They're trying to run through the losers bracket. They're trying to take it all, and they definitely can with players like Lick and Enju at the top frag. Um, they definitely can on this team. They've been doing so well today on their defense, and even though they're starting on attackers here on split with the first map, um, I have some heavy belief in them. They put on a show today.
Yeah, they've also had a little bit more practice today, or at least officially, in the tournament than Nukes have, because they had to play a couple more maps. They had to play those two in the losers bracket to get here, and they have arrived. And I think, like you said, they've got a lot of really good players on their team. But then you look at the other side. You look at the official Nukes. You have Nukes, obviously, and Charybdis is a very, very good player. We saw them really go ham in the second map of the semifinals that they played, and whether it was the KO, whether it was anything of basically the sort of Reyna, any agent that they played would just absolutely go ham.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see what we end up with on these agents for nukes. We could absolutely see a return of that KO for KO. Just Matsey's already locked in that Sova back in for themselves. Microwave Pizza looking at that chamber once again. I really like chamber on this map. You get to play both sides actually equally, because you can set your teleporter in optimal spots where you can even op really well from both heavens on this split map. So it's definitely a great pick on split. We haven't had any hints yet for the rest of the team. I would not be surprised to see the return of Astra or KO or Nukes on the Reyna, though. All of these are definitely fine picks. However, Henny K is going to go to the Omen. So definitely a pick that actually started showing up later in Champions Tournament for split specifically. Actually, I think it was Ascend that started busting out Omen. And Charybdis will actually be taking up the Cypher as well. And we're going to see the sort of normal stuff for the side of Don't Lose Gaming as well. Lick back on his jet.
Yep, so the two differences come with Sova and Chamber and Jet and Sage. So you've kind of got Chamber and Jet, who, you look at them and you think a little bit more fragging. Chamber can kind of hold down an area a little bit better. But in terms of Sova and Sage, those two are really different in terms of, you've got one who his main goal is just recon. And the other one is completely supporting the teammates. You've got, the slow, the res, the wall, everything like that is just completely what counters Sova. So as we kind of go through this, I'm interested to see how both Matsey and Pixelwolf are going to play this, because Pixelwolf has kind of been, that more support oriented. Not saying like, they're bad because they don't have as many kills as everybody else. No, it's like somebody is supporting, and that's kind of what the Sage is for, compared to Matsey, who has been a little bit higher up on the leaderboard.
Yeah, definitely Pixelwolf. Not exactly like the huge battle Sage, but it looks like we're gonna get a battle here in the mid lane. Two Omens actually, which is really interesting, and we're gonna get straight into the action mid lane.
Oh boy, that is so many things going off. I'm surprised no one has brought out the knife at this point. And all at the end of it, we are going to see Nukes win it out. So a very, very clustered pistol round there, all taking place in a singular square in the map.
Yeah, I don't think the side of Don't Lose Gaming were expecting so many mid because they were rushing through. They were expecting some light resistance probably. They were expecting possibly them just to kind of pull back, but no. Nukes, they went straight on them. They took it straight on. So we got a little bit more of a default setting, although they're still heavily favoring the mid side here. And we might see, hopefully not a rerun necessarily, but they're definitely trying to get some information on this mid. Don't Lose Gaming are absolutely seeming to favor it.
Yeah, well,
And
I think if we do see a repeat, I think the outcome is going to be the same as well. You've got Nukes, who's got that SMG of the Spectre compared to just classic pistols, and you're not going to win that, especially against somebody like Nukes. But this round is a lot more slower. We actually do see Professor Monks take out Matsy, so that equals it out just a little bit more. But Blanker in this corner can't really push forward at all because Nukes is just playing so aggressively, but they actually aren't going to be able to spot them. Only at the last second is that going to happen. They're going to do a little bit of damage before they have to back off, and you just look at the top and you can just see the absolute lack of health that is there.
yeah, Nukes is doing a lot of work here, but Lick was able to move in, sneak in through that smoke, and was able to pick up Nukes at the end. Still very low on health though, and he's gonna catch Microwave Pizza with the card out, and now all of a sudden it's a 2v2. But the problem is that both members are still so low, so Characters just picks up Lick, and now Professor Monks is just trying to salvage what they can, pick up an ult orb, and kind of just see if they can pick somebody out here. But when they're working on like 2 health, it's not gonna be a great situation. 5, sorry.
Yeah, oh, that 3 health really makes that big of a difference. But yeah, 3 health, 2 health, 5 health. The 1 bullet is really going to finish you off at that point. But definitely a closer round than the first, even though you saw that Nukes had, a lot better weapons. That round was a lot closer. And that was due to the positioning that came down to Don't Lose Games. And maybe the positioning might really be what comes down to it in the end.
Yeah, and you can see on the side of Nukes, they're going full econ here. Even the members who actually died outside of Nukes, everyone else is picking up just like regular, like small scale, like a Frenzy or a Sheriff. They're not looking to go super ham here. Whereas we got the full buy from the side of Don't Lose Gaming. Don't Lose Game. Just random shots through the smoke right now, and Henny K taking the worst end of it.
Oh no!
Oh wow!
That was very, very brave, and they're gonna teleport out, be safe just for a little bit more.
Yeah, and I think Lick knows too. I think he might have heard the teleport.
And actually, look at Blanker over here. As our observer has caught that. Actually, alone in this garage could get something big, and they are out. They're going to be able to take out Matsy, and 2 other remaining members of Nukes are low. So we can absolutely see that Don't Lose Game. They are just going to push up straight ahead. Gonna be a little bit more cautious, take out that Cypher camera as it spots all of them, and Nukes has that Ares around the corner of Microwave Pizza with the Frenzy up top. They're gonna have to do some real work
Nukes
as we reach that
ulting.
30-second mark.
Oh boy. We've got the ultimate, and Nukes might just run through with it. Oh, getting Lick. Professor Monks is donezo. Oh. This is going very badly so far. Blanker. Oh, but Blanker's able to salvage it. And now it's just Charybdis.
Oh, Charybdis with about 100 health. 2 members left. Yeah, this wall falling could be absolutely big.
Oh,
no! 2! And the wall going down. It absolutely hurts Don't Lose Games. That was their wall that came up, and they were just completely oblivious to it falling down.
You forget.
And now they're down 3 rounds in what should have been theirs.
Yeah, down 3 rounds, and they're going to be probably not full buying here either, which means that they are supposed to be, but I mean, last time was supposed to be as well, supposed to be down 4 rounds after this, but they're looking like they're going to get a heavy A hit here. And right now, Microwave Pizza seems to be all by their lonesome at the moment. So it's going to be interesting to see how Microwave Pizza is able to push back, but they've started moving to the sewers and are actually looking mid.
Get out of my way!
All right, here we go. Lick bringing out the knives, wanting to get something. As it's Henny K who's just kind of hanging around ropes. That's just been their domain. It's been a very, very dangerous place to be. And you can see a lot of damage, a lot of fire going their way. And Lick in there having a full set of not just going to go forward. They're going to miss it. Henny K getting a headshot onto Lick, and Nuke is going to follow that up with one of their own. And it just seems like if this is how the match is going to be, is not going to be a fun one for Don't Lose Games. As Blanker is not going to be able to take out Nukes, who's going to have to back off using that orbs and a 2v5. And don't want this to slip away.
Yeah, we were lauding Don't Lose Gaming so much, or Don't Lose Game so much for the defense, but now here it is with Nukes having absolute lockdown defense so far into this map, and you see Professor Monks kind of just sitting there alongside Pixel Wolf in the mid lane, and just trying to find somebody who's gonna walk through. And if they're not, then they're going to walk through themselves and give up free frags. And it's very unfortunate. Yeah. 4-0. But we are hopefully going to be seeing full buys this next round from the side of Don't Lose Game, including an operator from Lick on attacker. He's absolutely fed up, and they're looking for some quick kills. Seemingly mid, possibly trying to see if they could catch Nukes unaware, maybe, since they've been in this mid lane so much. But Henny K is probably just gonna smoke and then hold this site.
Yeah, speaking of Nukes, Nukes has 2 more kills than the entirety of Don't Lose Game.
Yeah.
Now it's gonna be one more and possibly another, but no, Matsy's gonna finish that one up and not even gonna be able to escape that. But starting off well, you do have a 1-member lead, and now you should be able to wall this off and give yourself another advantage as you're gonna put this out with Nukes. Oh, Pixel Wolf completely oblivious to the Nukes. He's completely behind the sign, and now they lost control of the spike, lost control of sight in this round, slowly getting out of hand. How much can you give it on over to Nukes, who is just completely dismantling Don't Lose Game here?
Yeah, and they can't even get the off shot over on to Nukes. And they know where Professor Monks is. He's kind of trapped in as Henny K starts to move in on his location. And he's going to have to either try to get a quick headshot, or he's going to be going down himself. And yeah. And now it's just Lick by themselves up in heaven with that op. And the question is, do you walk away and try to save it? Or do you go for the hero play, but you can't find it?
Oh, man. And just slowly increasing the amount of kills that Nukes has. And it is impressive what they are being able to put up on this defensive side as the Reyna. And Reyna is a character that relies on getting kills. So you are just feeding Reyna over and over again, allowing her to get more kills, and it's just a self-repeating cycle that over these past 5 rounds has just been continuously looping over and over and over again.
Yeah, and on this 5th round, we might see a second Reyna ultimate. Andrew hard pushing into this site here, not able to get the chamber trap. So Microwave Pizza might pull somebody off here.
So close.
Able to get one, but no more. As Blanker is able to stop the other Omen. And Matsy, they're getting corralled.
Yeah, you can see, even though they kind of started this round out with somewhat of an advantage in the terms of man count, the way that Nukes have set them up, they have set DLG up for failure. The way they have corralled them, like you said, you see Enju and Professor Monks all separated in this corner, and now we're going to see pushing up. Nukes is going to be able to find one. Maxi, Charybdis, all finding one of their own. It's a team effort. And the spinning while the defusing is happening, and you can tell that they are elated, going up 6 straight rounds, Haji.
Yeah, and I think that this was Don't Lose Game, their map. I think that this was their map choice.
Yes, it was.
So it's always the question of what the mental is going to be in situations like this. On top of the fact that they have already played 4 matches today, having to go into this match, this series and go down 0-6 on their own map choice is very rough.
Yeah, I think, usually sometimes having a lot of matches in a day could either be good and bad because you get a lot of practice, or B, you kind of just get drained of the game.
Yeah.
And your progress just isn't as good. You're not as good as the game.
No more charges left.
They can't hop these trap bars, but they're gonna find the first one.
Not,
And he's
it
navigating through these so well. Wow. That's the first. And a blind through the smoke from Charybdis. But he's gonna get lit up by Ares afterwards. But now the cavalry has entered too.
Two more opponents left, all in NukeZ's way. Blanker on about 2 bullets worth of HP as Matzi has welcomed them into the sweet embrace of death. I mentioned all the way back in the second round, the positioning of Don't Lose Game. And I was like, maybe that might be what helps them win. The positioning of OfficialNukeZ has been so amazing. The way that Matzi and Charybdis and NukeZ have positioned themselves constantly throughout the round, they are passing these kills on to one another. Just like there, you saw the two members, both Blanker and Lick, thought they were going to get away, but Matzi had positioned themselves so well just to earn themselves a free 2 kills and a round ending.
Yeah, and the question becomes, what are they going to do to try to change this up? Because obviously the current plan is not working. They have been going very hard on certain sites. They try to hit them super hard and pretty quick, but each time they're shut down. The cavalry arrives, they get collapsed on, they get corralled, and they cannot get in and get the site secure long enough to actually get that spike off. And currently, they're starting to move on to B, and you can see almost immediately Reyna's moving over. Omen's still holding mid currently, but as NukeZ goes down, you can see Omen start to throw some smokes, and as Charybdis is holding this angle, is he gonna sacrifice his life for it?
I think they're waiting for support coming out here.
Yeah.
And the fact that Charybdis has not died yet, or nobody has kind of fished them out here, is extremely amazing. The elbow has been spotted, and that could be very, very important as Charybdis is going to bring out the camera. They're going to spot Blanker, going to give out that information, but all 3 members are in a corner. I repeat, all 3 members of this team are in a singular corner.
Yeah, but even the Sova ultimate is not able to pick up any of them in this corner. And ImHajji is still popping off. 1 left on this Sova, and they're able to pick him up. That's insane. All 3 in a corner, like you were mentioning. And Sova, either it's not communicated, either they don't know, but they're not able to get that Sova ultimate and kind of really ruin their positioning.
Oh, well, the first round has been given on over to DLG, and they still have 4 more to go. So this match is not out of reach. You can ride this wave of momentum, because momentum, we've talked about it, is a very, very big thing. But you can ride this and continue on, win a couple more, and stop what it seems like a completely smashing match. Lick starting out on a kill with Matzi is a huge one to start with.
Yeah, and Lick is starting to get rolling as this game goes on. Microwave Pizza is able to pick out a Pixel, but he has not seen Reyna. Oh, he gets a catch over there, but ImHajji knows as well, and ImHajji is able to clean that kill up. Although Lick is down themselves, and NukeZ is ulting onto site.
That is a very terrifying thing. NukeZ having that ultimate. 16 kills in this game so far, adding 17 as well. They're gonna have to get 2 more here. Actually, no, it's only ImHajji left available as Charybdis is giving away their general information. Can be spotted all the way up in heaven, but I don't think it's really Charybdis you have to worry about. It is NukeZ. The fact that there's 40 seconds left and the spike is not in your corner is very, very dangerous.
Yeah, and ImHajji does not have a blind here, so he's kind of having to play everything very carefully, but he gets hit by a
30
single
seconds
round,
left.
and he's trying to bait them. First blind comes out,
Insight.
then the second one,
Ooh.
Last player
and Enju
standing.
wins. Gets the dismiss, looking for the plant.
Charybdis
10
playing this
seconds
very
left.
well. Is this fight gonna go down? No, he's gonna get it!
Oh.
Charybdis played that as smart as they could with 22 health, knew that they had time on their side, and waited for the perfect moment when Enju would either have to commit or go for the kill. And
Yeah,
that is smart Valorant IQ right there.
Yeah, does not outdo, does not try to go for the hero play, doesn't try to rush it, plays it very slowly, and that's the kind of thing you need when you're playing Cypher is that slow playability. But on the other side, we're gonna see a half buy as Lick goes in with his ultimate, but he's gonna get instantly blinded and then hit with the Aldrum bolt. So it's so rough. Oh, Microwave Pizza, wow. Whiffs the first few shots, but is still able to get Enju.
Yeah, he's able to stabilize and at least get one for their troubles. So not everything is completely gone. It's 4-4. Spike has gone down, and the Cypher camera is still giving away the information wherever they need. And Lick up there, up in heaven with the knives, can just completely right-click away if somebody dare step up there. But that Spike is slowly gonna start steeping forward more and more and more. It's a 4v4, and something's gonna have to give on each side.
Yeah, and they just found out Nukes. He has to drop down, but he has a Vandal now. And oh, Nukes is entering so hard, and Matzy too.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, this doesn't feel fair. Nukes does not feel like
I
they're playing
don't
the
think
same
there's
game.
enough time. Yeah.
Wow.
So good. I mean, they're at least able to win this round, even with the full loss. And this was their half buy round as well. So they didn't bet their whole economy on this. Although Pixel Wolf and Blanker won't be able to have rifles going into this round.
Saying like I did get caught up in that. I definitely thought that we would see Nukes clutch that out and defuse, but like I was saying, Nukes just feels like they're playing on another level compared to everybody else. They're swinging with complete confidence, and I just kind of outplaying every single person on DLG. It is an extremely enjoyable experience to watch, to have somebody with this amount of confidence.
Yeah, and the question becomes, how exactly are you able to play when the enemy Reyna is just tapping heads?
Yeah, when something like that happens, full health, Enju about on 30, 40 HP, and Henny K could be going over to this side, getting another type of flank kill, because you can see he's right near the ice wall, just funneling through this ice wall, funneling through the right side. Just don't know where to go. DLG just looked confused, and they looked trapped in a site that they kind of created.
Yeah, DLG not being able to get these sites secure is absolutely horrible for them. Every time they're able to get on site, they'll even pick one, maybe two frags up, but afterwards they get corralled and they get just shut down, even before the spike can get put down. And it's so hard for them to continue doing this. I'm surprised they haven't tried to do a more default setting yet so far. But it looks like a much like something along those lines here, as we've got much more of a split default setting rather than just hard hits. They're looking for more picks, but of course, the side of Nukes, they're definitely playing this right. They're not giving over unnecessary frags, and in fact, Matzy will pick up one himself.
He's starting that one off, taking out Enju, who going 5-11 could be doing a lot better. Lick! You can tell Nukes was completely prepared to activate that ult and go ham, but Henny K is immediately going to stop Lick just as they started and evacuate as well. But 4v3. with DLG on the losing end of that, they are going to get spotted by the drone and the Cypher camera as well.
Yeah, definitely great shot from Lick, but Pixel Wolf is fully seen. They
Cage
absolutely know what they're doing over here. And Gareth is looking for the header.
One enemy remaining.
Doesn't get it, but still gets the
Spike
kill.
down B.
And now it's just Professor Monk.
30 seconds left.
And you can't one shot with that.
And about as
Switching sides.
one-sided as a half as you think it could be. With a 10-2 scoreline, the defense from DLG is going to have to be stellar. And it is one thing that we definitely praised from them, was their defenses. They're going to have to do so much to stop what seems like a team on a train going down a railway.
Yeah, and to start that off, they need to win this pistol round. If they don't win this pistol round, this game is quite possibly just all over. But hopefully, for their sakes, hopefully they do win it, and maybe we can see a third round operator like Lick has been trying to, or has done previously. But we're gonna start off with a hard A hit right now, and quick smokes too.
Oh my.
Oh, he's not able to get the dismiss, and he's just taken out.
Starting this one off with a planted spike. And one member down, one member going to be healed straight back up. So we are even, apart from the positioning that has been given away. Lick is going to be on that left side. Mats is going to go straight up, and Lick is going to lose that engagement. That is going to be huge, not only for this round, but for the rest of the game, as the try shot is not going to work out. Now we are going to have to see Henny back up just for a second. And now, just all the way over in screens, the last remaining two members of this DLG squad, and they are going to get taken out just as swiftly as they entered the arena. So 11-2, they needed to win that pistol round. They did not, Haji.
Yeah, they didn't. Nazi has been coming up so huge for this side of Nukes. Doesn't have a huge scoreline, but every time, man, there seems to be a possibility of him doing so. He gets a really demoralizing frag. And so demoralizing, DLG know that they're in dire straits and they're forcing a bye on this round. And so if they lose this, it's all over, I think.
It is definitely very easy to say that we get to that 12-2 scoreline in the way that DLG has failed to kind of stop this raging momentum of TTVOfficialNukeZ. That it seems plausible. And no, the Stinger not even able to find one. And the smoke's going out, the plant is going down, and the spike is already on the ground with 20 seconds. And Lick, a great shot onto Nukes, but that is only one piece of the puzzle. You've still got 4 more members to go through, and you're going to be on that short side, possibly wanting to find something as their position has been given away. That spike is going to start to beep a little bit longer as Massey's going to be able to find them. And now 3 members versus 4, and he's going to push on up, and he's going to be able to find that remaining Omen. Only Pixel Wolf remains, and they're not even going to be able to get one. And we're on map point.
Yeah, and they're playing around these smokes so well. They get the smokes down. They full force on the short-membered people on these sites, and they're just demolishing so far. They have done so well on the side of Nukes to get these rounds, whether it's offense or defense, that it's absolutely crazy. And here we're going with Enju on a judge, Professor Monk's forcing on a Marshall, Lick going with that Sheriff again, an Ares on Blanker, and another Ares on Pixel Wolf. We'll see if they can pull one out here against a rifle on Nukes and some econ weapons on the rest.
That Nukes with the Vandal is a very scary thing. And
Enju.
Oh, he's going to be able to find one. Is the second one around the corner? No, they're going with the second. And that is something that could have had a huge impact on the round, but only one kill is going to come out of that. It's going to make it even, possibly with a little bit of health done over to the Sova. But other than that, there's some wasted potential. There's nothing worse than that.
Yeah, Nukes, they've waited for the end of this wall. They're starting to move in. And this is where they're going to have to decide which site to attack. And it looks like the BA here. But Pixel Wolf does have sight line on it. She's holding her angle, but she's going to pull off a bit. She's not going to see Nukes coming up. Oh, boy.
Well, Nukes is getting close to 30, but
Oh!
Professor Mux finds one. That was a collateral, I think, perhaps. But Nukes is going to end Professor Monk's sniper spree.
Player
Yeah,
standing.
And he's gonna
went
find
through
Lit.
chamber.
Oh my gosh. Nukes is 2 away from 30. And I don't know if they're going to find it, considering Blanker is the only one left available, as Blanker's going to be able to take out Henny. But there we go. We are going to see Blanker get taken down.
Attackers
And
win.
that was a
Wow.
rough game for DLG and a overwhelming statement for TTVOfficialNukeZ.
Yeah, Nukes, they're coming out and they're saying right at the beginning, hey, it wasn't a fluke. That they're the 2-1, we did you guys. The fluke was the one. They're trying to make this a quick series, a 13-2 starter game on the map that's the DLG picked. That's a hard game for DLG, and they're gonna have to kind of bounce back, and it's gonna be hard with that huge amount of games that they played today that we've talked about. It's gonna be difficult, but you know they've got to bounce back. They've got to move on this next map, and they've got to figure out this offense.
Mm-hmm. Now, going on to the next map, we'll talk about the next map for a little bit. The next map is going to be Haven, and this was OfficialNukeZ' map. This was the map that they chose to go on. We saw Haven in the first map against, I believe it was Champs, and it was okay. It was okay, but from what we just saw from TTVOfficialNukeZ, it's very hard to make it not look like it's going to kind of be a little overwhelming.
Yeah, it depends. You know, if Nukes takes this energy and he rolls through, and does the same thing next map, if he's tapping heads, if he's rolling through, then it's gonna be really rough for DLG. And you know, at the end of the day, it's just DLG. They need to reset their mental. They need to kind of fix themselves because they're not bad players. But just need to go next. Sometimes you just need to go next.
Yeah, and it's kind of hard to get rid of that mentality, but I believe we are going to make sure that so the players get a little bit of a break, so that Nukes can a little bit rest on their laurels, and the opponents have a little bit of time to rest. So we will see you in just a little bit. We'll be back for the second map of these finals.